It's the start of a brand new year, and if you're like me, your gaming backlog is already overflowing. But that doesn't mean we're not excited about what's coming next. There are a few titles here that feel like hidden gems, along with some pretty cool games I can't wait to share. Here's my personal list of the 15 most exciting games dropping this month. Dynasty Warriors Origins. This latest entry in the Musou genre revisits the early events of Romance of the Three Kingdoms, weaving historical themes into the large-scale, action-packed battles that define the Dynasty Warriors franchise. Set in ancient China, the game reimagines key historical events with a new cast of characters, making it approachable for newcomers while still appealing to longtime fans. It combines its signature large-scale combat with a more strategic, mission-based design. Instead of the open-world format of its predecessor, it features a world map that lets players select missions, interact with allies, and plan their progress. You can carefully plot your next move, take on side quests, and engage in meaningful interactions as you progress through the story, offering a structured yet flexible gameplay experience. While previous entries in the series have featured co-op gameplay, Origin seems to focus entirely on delivering a single-player experience. There's hope among fans that co-op might be added in the future, but as of now, no such mode has been confirmed. The game launches on January 17, 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X or S, and PC. Robots at Midnight. Robots at Midnight is a fast-paced action RPG that blends retro-futuristic visuals with challenging combat that the developers describe as Souls-like. You play as Zoe, a resourceful hero navigating a world torn apart by conflict and advanced robots. The game emphasizes fluid movement and strategic combat, allowing players to harness the power of a space gauntlet known as the Mitt to boost, punch, and kick off enemies. While the game markets itself as a challenging experience inspired by the Souls genre, it also offers adjustable difficulty settings to make its combat more approachable. Robots at Midnight will be available on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X or S, and it's releasing on January 29, 2025. Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector. This indie gem is the sequel to the critically acclaimed Citizen Sleeper, a game that made waves with its rich narrative and tabletop RPG-inspired mechanics. The game brings players back to its immersive sci-fi universe with new gameplay systems and a compelling story. You play as a sleeper, a digitized human mind in an artificial body, navigating the mysteries and dangers of the Starward Belt. Like its predecessor, the game blends resource management, narrative choices, and strategic planning, where every decision can shape your survival and relationships. With a more expansive world and refined mechanics, the game promises to deepen the storytelling and gameplay that made the original a hit. Citizen Sleeper 2 will be releasing on January 31st and will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X or S, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Orcs Must Die, Deathtrap. The Orcs Must Die franchise returns with Deathtrap, taking its signature mix of tower defense and third-person combat to new heights. This time, you'll defend your rifts from relentless waves of orcs and other monstrous enemies, using an expanded arsenal of traps, gadgets, and combat skills. Co-op has also been taken up a notch, now supporting up to 4 players for even more strategic and chaotic battles with your friends. Deathtrap introduces roguelite-inspired progression, where your choices shape your war mage's abilities and strategies over time. A roster of new war mages also brings unique powers and fresh tools, letting you find the perfect style to dominate the battlefield. With enhanced physics, dynamic environments, and breathtaking outdoor levels, Deathtrap feels like a fresh take on everything fans love about the series, while giving newcomers plenty to dive into. The game will be released on January 28, 2025, and will be available on PC and Xbox Series X or S. Aloft. Aloft takes you to a world of floating islands where you'll craft, build, and explore while navigating the skies in your very own skyship. You can transform your floating island into a fully customizable base, complete with sails and rudders, allowing you to harness wind currents and explore distinct biomes. Along the way, you'll gather resources, craft tools, and build structures to create a thriving sanctuary in the skies. Players can also uncover ancient ruins, face environmental challenges, and work to cleanse a mysterious fungal infection spreading across the ecosystem. The game supports online co-op for up to 8 players, so you can team up with friends to share the adventure, build together, and overcome challenges as a group. With its vibrant art style and creative survival mechanics, Aloft offers a fresh and engaging twist on the survival genre. The game will enter early access on January 15, 2025, and will be available on PC via Steam. Synduality Echo of Ada. Set in a post-apocalyptic world ravaged by toxic rain, this third-person shooter puts you in the role of a drifter piloting customizable mechs to gather resources and battle deadly creatures called Enders. One of the game's standout features is its PvPvE gameplay, where you'll complete objectives while competing with other players for resources. This high-stakes system rewards careful planning, as failure can result in losing your mech and everything you've collected. Time-limited expeditions also add urgency, as your Cradle Coffin's battery life determines how long you can stay on the surface. For support, you're accompanied by Magus, an AI companion who aids in combat and exploration. Both your mech and Magus can be fully customized with weapons, equipment, and aesthetic upgrades, letting you tailor your loadout to suit your playstyle. And if you prefer a more story-driven experience, the game also offers solo missions that dive deeper into the world and lore of Synduality. As part of the larger Synduality universe, which includes the anime series Synduality Noir, this title delivers a rich sci-fi experience for fans of immersive worlds. Echo of Ada is scheduled for release on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X or S on January 23, 2025, and on PC via Steam on January 24, 2025. The Stone of Madness. From the creators of Blasphemous comes a real-time tactical stealth game set in an 18th century Spanish monastery. You'll control a group of prisoners, each with unique abilities and psychological traits, as they attempt to escape their eerie confinement. The game challenges you to manage the prisoners' mental health, as their traumas and phobias can trigger paranoia, violent outbursts, or debilitating fear, all while staying hidden and avoiding detection. The game also features a dynamic day-night cycle, where time continuously progresses, bringing new challenges as security titans and cursed spirits emerge to patrol the monastery after dark. Inspired by the works of Francisco de Goya, the game's hand-painted visuals create a haunting and atmospheric experience. Set to release on January 28, 2025, The Stone of Madness will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X or S, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam and Epic Games Store. A demo is also available via Steam for players eager to try it out before the full release. Freedom Wars Remastered. Freedom Wars Remastered revives the 2014 cult classic action RPG, originally released on the PlayStation Vita, with enhanced visuals, smoother performance, and new features. In a world where even existence is a crime, you play as a sinner, sentenced to 1,000,000 years of servitude in massive city-states known as panopticons. These oppressive strongholds control every aspect of life, and freedom can only be earned through high-stakes missions, battling colossal mechs, rescuing civilians, and navigating the harsh realities of a resource-starved dystopia. The Remastered Edition includes 4K resolution support, smoother 60 FPS gameplay, and upgraded textures, delivering a more immersive experience. The weapon crafting system has also been revamped for deeper customization, while additional difficulty settings make the game more accessible to a wider range of players. Freedom Wars Remastered is set to release on January 10, 2025 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. Eternal Strands. Eternal Strands is an action-adventure game developed by Yellow Brick Games, a studio founded by industry veterans, including Mike Laidlaw, known for his work on Jade Empire, Mass Effect, and the earlier Dragon Age titles. In this third-person adventure, players take on the role of Bryn, a young weaver with magical abilities, as they uncover the secrets of the Enclave, a once mighty civilization. The game emphasizes a physics-based combat system, allowing players to manipulate elements such as heat and cold, and utilize telekinetic powers to interact dynamically with the environment. This system enables creative strategies in both combat and exploration, such as hurling objects at enemies or creating pathways using elemental powers. A notable feature of the game is the presence of 9 colossal climbable creatures known as Orcs, which serve as boss encounters throughout the game. Defeating these titans grants players new magical abilities, enhancing their arsenal for subsequent challenges. The game is scheduled for release on January 28, 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X or S, and PC via Steam. A demo will also be available on Steam starting January 21st, 2025, offering an early glimpse into its captivating world. Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter. The beloved indie action RPG returns with a chilling new chapter set in the snow-covered northern realms of the Ratdom. Players take on the role of Arlo, heir to the Warden of the Wastes, as he confronts a vampiric bat threat known as the Dark Wings. The game retains its signature hand-drawn art style and challenging combat mechanics while introducing fresh gameplay elements. Weapons can now be imbued with elemental effects like fire, ice, and poison, adding deeper layers of strategy to each encounter. Players can also embark on monster hunting side quests, harvesting rare materials to craft powerful equipment. In addition, settlement mechanics have been expanded, allowing players to rebuild and upgrade Winter's Edge, unlocking new resources and capabilities for Arlo and his allies. Tales of Iron 2 is set to release on January 28th, 2025 for PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X or S, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. Assetto Corsa EVO. With some of the most impressive visuals in this month's lineup, Assetto Corsa EVO takes the acclaimed racing simulation series to new heights of realism and immersion. Powered by a proprietary engine developed by Kunos Simulazioni, the game features photorealistic visuals, advanced physics, and dynamic weather conditions, delivering an authentic and breathtaking driving experience. This new engine introduces a refined asphalt performance model, enhancing how cars handle under varying conditions. Players can also enjoy VR and triple screen support, making the game a cutting-edge experience for fans of simulation racing. The game is set to release on January 16th, 2025 for PC via Steam. It's worth noting that this version appears to function like an early access release, offering only a limited selection of cars and tracks, and will not include online multiplayer at launch. However, the developers have stated that additional content, including online multiplayer and more vehicles and tracks, will be introduced in subsequent updates during the early access period. The official Steam page does not explicitly label the game as early access, so players should keep these limitations in mind when considering a purchase. Hyper Light Breaker. Hyper Light Breaker is an upcoming 3D co-op action RPG with roguelite elements developed by Heart Machine, the studio behind Hyper Light Drifter. Set in the same universe, this game takes players decades before the events of Drifter, serving as a prequel that dives deeper into its world. You'll play as a breaker tasked with venturing into the Overgrowth, a vast procedurally generated open world filled with diverse biomes, dangerous monsters, and the enigmatic crowns led by the Abyss King. The game emphasizes fast-paced combat and exploration, whether you're playing solo or teaming up with friends in online co-op. Combat offers a mix of melee and ranged options, with customizable weapons and abilities that let you adapt to your playstyle. Getting around is just as exciting, with hoverboards, gliders, and wall climbing, allowing you to traverse the ever-changing landscapes in creative ways. Thanks to its roguelite structure, every run feels fresh as the world reshapes itself after each death, creating new challenges and opportunities. Hyper Light Breaker is set to launch in early access on January 14th, 2025 for PC via Steam. The developers plan to remain in early access for about a year, during which they'll expand the game's content, refine its mechanics, and work closely with the player community to shape its evolution. Tales of Grace's F Remastered. Originally released in 2010, this action RPG returns with upgraded visuals and quality of life improvements, preserving everything fans loved about the original. The story takes place on the vibrant planet Ephenea, following Asbel Lant and his friends as they navigate themes of friendship, betrayal, and self-discovery. The fast-paced combat system is one of its highlights, letting players switch seamlessly between fighting styles during battles to suit their strategy. This remaster also includes the Lineage and Legacies After Story, a substantial epilogue that adds hours of additional content, as well as most previously released DLC bundled into the game. It also introduces several quality-of-life improvements, including a dash function for quicker exploration, the ability to toggle enemy encounters, the option to skip cutscenes, and an auto-save system to safeguard your progress. The game is set to release on January 17th, 2025 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X or S, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. Sniper Elite Resistance. Sniper Elite Resistance is the latest chapter in Rebellion's acclaimed tactical shooter series, set in occupied France during World War II. Players take on the role of Harry Hawker, a special operations executive agent, as he works to disrupt a Nazi Wunderwaffe project that could change the course of the war. The game builds on the series' signature mechanics, like advanced gunplay physics and the visceral X-ray kill cam, while introducing new features to keep the experience fresh. A highlight is the addition of propaganda missions, which involve resistance activities aimed at undermining Nazi morale. If multiplayer is your thing, the Axis Invasion mode lets you step into the boots of a rival sniper, invading another player's campaign for some tense cat and mouse action. For those who prefer cooperative play, the survival mode allows up to 3 players to join forces and take on waves of increasingly challenging enemies. The game also offers a range of customizable World War II weaponry, allowing players to tailor their loadouts to fit their playstyle. Sniper Elite Resistance launches on January 30th, 2025 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X or S, and PC via Steam. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD is a remastered version of the classic Wii platformer, bringing updated visuals and new features to the Nintendo Switch. It's a throwback to the golden days of platforming, but with a polished look that feels right at home on the Switch. In this adventure, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong team up to reclaim their stolen banana horde from the mischievous Tiki-Took tribe. The journey takes players through lush jungles, treacherous caverns, and other vibrant environments packed with secrets and challenges. This HD remaster includes content from both the original Wii release and the Nintendo 3DS version, such as 8 extra levels from the 3DS exclusive world. There's also a new modern mode that adds helpful tweaks for newer players, like extra assistance during tricky sections, though classic mode is still here for those who want the original feel. The game supports both motion and button controls for actions like rolling and ground pounding, giving players the flexibility to choose their preferred playstyle. It also features single-player and local co-op modes, letting 2 players team up to tackle the island together. The game launches exclusively on Nintendo Switch on January 16, 2025, offering longtime fans a nostalgic trip back to the jungle while welcoming new players with modern enhancements. And that's it for my picks of the best games coming in January 2025. For more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.